Better Europe, what does it mean? We think Europe can perform much better than it is today. It is a very complicated organization. It's actually more than an organization, it's almost a confederation of states. But we are weak as far as political decisions and security. We are quite strong as far as economy and market, but we have to learn how to survive in very difficult environment.
This is a moment where Europe should start getting interested in power. Not only in rules, not only in a rules-based world, but now is the moment for Europe to assume some of the power politics that is necessary, especially on defense and security.
Poland changed the language of the European debate and influenced the shape of work plans in the new institutional cycle. Rearm Europe, Safe Instrument, and the White Paper on Defense are only 3 examples.
We need to make sure that with the framework that we have, the institutional framework, is ready to deal with the security issue. So when we are talking about treaty reforms, I don't think we need to discuss how we are organized in general right now. I think we need to focus on the issues.
I don't think we can be a credible economic player internally until we have a seriously reformed, well-functioning energy market in Europe.
I think that we are now living the times when the European Union is reinventing itself. I think we have been for years with a lot of reports, have been discussing different issues, our weaknesses. I think we know them well, and now I think is the time where we are really in action.
We need to pool our resources in Europe together. I think the key issue for the next few years is to finally get the capital markets rolling in Europe. We need to be able to raise joint European funds for our security, for our defense, for our economic growth.
The global position of the world, of the EU, is changing, and we need to really put a lot of cards on the security. And what is also important for me as the expert on countering disinformation is that the issue of countering disinformation exactly has become one of the leading ones during this presidency.
The transformation is a combination of mega trends like climate, demography, geopolitics, but also of policies that have to be changed.
To, co robi Think Tank, to jest coś, co pozwala nam się rozwijać, patrząc na firmę z perspektywy tego, co się dzieje wokół nas. Jak i polityka, i gospodarka, i przepisy, które obowiązują czy w naszym kraju, czy w Unii, wpływają na nasz biznes i będą wpływać na nasz biznes.
My area of interest is the business. So which kind of reforms, of simplifications, of deregulations, I will already give you somehow the background of it. We need to make Europe competitive again, to use the very fashionable language of those days.
Because of Think Tank and CSM, we can be here talking about the future of our continent. And we have fruitful discussions, wonderful panelists on the board. And those discussions were always of the great support for our presidency and for me personally. That's why I'm glad to be here today.
The reforms that EU right now needs is certainly, first of all, deregulation. This is what is happening already, cutting the red tape. It's on the top of the agenda of the EU Council. It's something that we are discussing here at the Think Tank meeting in the Chancellery of the Prime Minister.
In these difficult days, what we need on the European level is political will, unity, leaders, and of course we also need some money.
We, as think tankers, opinion leaders, experts from all the EU member states, plus countries' friends, we are all gathering in Warsaw to reflect what to do, in what way to repair the European project, to be able to implement necessary changes in the future to act better. We had 3 dinners, we had 4 sessions, we had a trip to Toruń and back, just to see a bit more of Poland, not only the capital. most important, we had a lot of networking, a lot of discussions and interactions, also among the think tankers, but also with the representative of the Polish government. I believe Think Tank Forum 2025 was a very good beginning. We had very good discussions. The intention is to do this forum every year, always in Poland, cooperate with the government and find and search and find not only recommendations but also concrete points to the EU agenda of reforms.